This is our interview with Atlanta Dream head coach Nicki Collen. I'm here with Coach Collen, the Atlanta Dream head coach, and I'm about to ask him a question.
Right.
What is it like to be one of the women head coaches in the WNBA?
What's it like to be? Wow, it's pretty cool. You know, there's only 6 head coaches in the WNBA that are female, and so I think it carries a lot of weight. So I have to be a good role model.
What type of people do you model?
What's that?
So, who are you trying to role model for?
Oh, for the players, for young girls like you that dream of playing here, for a lot of our fans, and people who love basketball.
Cool. What's fun about being a first-year head coach in the WNBA?
What's fun? Oh man, it's really fun I like to game plan, so I like to figure out how to beat our opponents, and what our strengths are, and then what our opponents' weaknesses are. And then the other thing I really like are the relationships with my players, so getting to know them and getting to know them as people and getting to know them as players, and so I really, really enjoy that part of my job.
Cool. What is it like to have women as the owners of the team?
Oh, what's really cool about our owners is they're both incredibly successful in business. So I think they want to empower women, and one of our owners, she and her husband own the New York Stock Exchange, and our other owner has been involved. Her husband was the vice president of Coca-Cola. And so, just really successful people wanting to help, others be successful and empower women.
Why do you think the WNBA is important to girls and women?
I think you're talking about a platform where we talk about social change, where you're talking about some of the best athletes in the world. I would argue that the players in our league truly are the best pure athletes in the world. So they're not only good basketball players, but I think they stand up for a lot of things, whether it's Black Lives Matter or a lot of things like that.
Why are some fans of men's basketball, not fans of women's basketball?
I think it's because sometimes they get too into the idea of dunking. Really, dunking is just part of the men's game, and the men tend to play above the rim more than the women. And, just because the game is a little bit different doesn't make one better than the other. But I think a lot of men think that the game is more exciting because it's played a little more above the rim.
What do you think I could say to make them like the WNBA?
Well, I think they have to appreciate our game. I think they have to understand the talent level, the skill level, the teamwork it takes. Our game, our players need each other more. Like in the NBA, they have a lot of players that just can go get their own shot anytime they want to. But our game tends to be a little bit more about teamwork and sharing the basketball, and not about always individual play. Although we have some pretty incredible individual players, like Tina Charles, right?
Yeah, and it also makes the game a little more exciting. There's not, I can make my own shot, I'm not going to get my the rest of the team to ball.
Exactly.
It's more exciting too. What do you think the future of the WNBA is?
Well, I sure hope we have expansion. You know what I mean by expansion? More teams, exactly. Very good. I'd love to see teams in new markets so we get new fans. I think I'd love to see bigger rosters or an injured reserve list so that we have more players. When you talk about only 144 players, how good women's basketball is around the world, the fact that our league only has 144 players, I think we're going to see growth, a lot of growth.
What do you think your team can achieve this season?
Wow. I just hope we keep getting better. I think we've been really competitive. I think we're starting to learn to play together better. We've had some big wins. We've had some tough losses. But our goal is to definitely make the playoffs.
My dream is to win the WNBA. What advice do you have for girls like me?
I think you have to work really, really hard. I think, your dreams don't happen without a lot of work, a lot of time in the gym. I think you need to study the game. I think you need to look at players that you really like and kind of emulate their game. But I think it's so important for girls to play. As much as anything, sometimes players overtrain today and they don't learn how to actually play. So getting in the gym and learning how to play basketball rather than just dribble 2 basketballs at the same time. Because how often do you see any one of our players dribble 2 basketballs in a game?
They're just practicing things that
I mean, there's importance in doing some of the drills that you learn as a kid, because dribbling 2 basketballs at the same time can give you confidence in both of your hands, but you need to learn not just how to dribble with 2 balls, but how to go by somebody, and how to keep your eyes on the rim and shot fake and do simple things. So sometimes our young girls overtrain and don't know how to really play the game.
So they do things that they don't need to.
Correct. Well, and some of them are important, but doing it too much at the expense of actually playing the game or watching the game, you don't want to do that.
Thanks for watching. Go support the WNBA.